Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. I have a couple of updates for you, so we're going to just take them one by one. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This update is regarding the Shanquella Robinson story and just some quick updates that I have regarding the matter. So on Saturday, I emailed the Charlotte office of the FBI, a Miss Shelley Lynch, public affairs specialist, and got this response. The FBI Charlotte field office has now opened an investigation in the death of Charlotte resident Shanquella Robinson in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, October 29th. Due to the ongoing investigation, we have no further comment. And then her signature there. I did ask, was there a formal statement regarding the investigation into the murder of Shanquella Robinson? Is this confirmed that the FBI Charlotte office is engaged in the search? And then they responded. So it's there. Anyway, the reason I did that was because I just couldn't get clear verification that that's what happened. They said that Queen City News did get that validation or that verification from the FBI, but I took a shot to see if I could get a response, and I did. Moving on, Shanquella was laid to rest on Sunday, as we all know, in beautiful funeral services, but her friend who showed up late, Nazir, posted to Instagram this morning. This was one of the first things I saw. He says, "Now can I grieve? OMG, y'all can all go to hell." And you can see what else he said. Go read the article and tell me now if I was fucking lying. Fuck off. I'm off the internet shit. So basically, what happened is that there was an article that was put out by the Charlotte Observer, which I'm going to read in just a moment, but there is a updated news story from WSOC. Basically, it goes into a lot more detail. Clearly, Shanquella still had the luxation, the spinal cord injury, but now we're learning that there's more. Let's listen to this, and we will read the article in just a moment.
A Charlotte family is in pieces because this woman, Shanquella Robinson, didn't come home from a tropical vacation with friends. She went to Cabo last month with 6 other people. Investigators then found her dead in a hotel room. Channel 9's Gina Esposito is live in our newsroom with what Channel 9 has been able to uncover. Good morning, Gina.
Yeah, good morning, Dinesh. Overnight we have learned that the U.S. State Department is pressuring Mexican authorities for answers. It is to Shanquella Robinson's family. We also found out that Mexican officials have launched a femicide investigation. An expert on femicide in the Cabo region of Mexico says when a woman is killed in Mexico, authorities are often required to open the investigation as a femicide. From there, they look into whether she was killed for reasons due to her gender or if there were specific elements involved, like leaving the body exposed or domestic violence. Essentially, gender causes for violence have to be ruled out before you classify it as a homicide. That expert says attention on this case could help get it closed. That's one thing Robinson's parents have been pushing for.
It's just a hurting feeling, man. My heart, I got a hole in my heart. I mean, I can't even be a granddaddy. Can't even walk her down the aisle.
That it is an American, though, means that there will be additional pressure on the Mexican government and the state government to resolve the case. And I think that will likely lead to a resolution.
For days, Channel 9 has been trying to get in contact with the other people on that trip, but so far we haven't had any luck. We did find out that CMPD officers went to the home of one of those travelers to investigate threats. No one was arrested there. So far, no one has been charged with a crime in Robinson's case. Live in the newsroom, I'm Gina Esposito, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
At least we're seeing progress and hopefully get some answers for her family. Thank you, Gina.
Okay, guys, we're going to move on to the article from the Charlotte Observer, and I'll start reading, and then we'll talk about it on the tail end. Information from the police report says Shanquella Robinson was alive when medical help first arrived at the vacation home where she was staying with a group of people last month in Cabo, Mexico. The report differs from details previously reported from the 25-year-old Robinson's death certificate that said she died within 15 minutes of being injured. Instead, a police report excerpt shows the doctor of a local hospital was with Robinson and the others in the house for close to 3 hours before she was pronounced dead. The Charlotte Observer obtained excerpts from the police report earlier this week that had not yet been publicly released. The information was provided to the Observer by Gerardo Zuniga, an investigative reporter who works in Los Cabos for Metropolimex, and details were first reported by Metropolimex on Monday. Robinson is a Charlotte native who traveled to Cabo on October 28th and died a day later. Notably, the police information reported by and provided by Metropolimex does not mention obvious signs of Robinson's physical injuries, which family members have said existed on her body prior to her burial. Grave injuries to her back and neck were determined to be the cause of death after an autopsy by officials in Mexico. The police report says she also suffered cardiac arrest. Since her death, the FBI and Mexican police authorities have launched investigations into how she died. The lack of conclusive evidence and conflicting explanations have led to her story going viral, invoking global outcry with countless people closely following Robinson's death. The hashtag Justice for Shanquella has been trending on Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. I'd probably also say YouTube. The Charlotte Observer has been unable to reach those who were with her on the trip. No arrests were reported as of late Monday. Robinson's family became suspicious of her friend's claim that she died of alcohol poisoning when Mexican autopsy reports showed that her cause of death was severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. Atlas luxation is a form of neck injury. The Observer attempted to reach Cabo police via email and social media messages and did not receive a response. Zuniga told the Observer he obtained the internal law enforcement report through a source. Robinson's family did not return multiple calls and messages. Shanquella's police report. The information from the police report showed that at 2:13 p.m. on October 29th, medical help was summoned to Villa Linda 32, a property run by Cabo Villas located in San Jose del Cabo. Around an hour later, Dr. Carolina Beatriz Ornelas Gutierrez of the American Medical Center, a local hospital, arrived to treat Robinson, according to the report experts. House calls to vacation rentals for routine non-emergency medical services are common in tourist hubs of Mexico. The Observer confirmed that American Medical Center on Monday that Gutierrez is employed there. The hospital did not respond to requests for medical and autopsy reports. It is unclear in the police report excerpt who called for medical help, but the reporting person is listing as Winter Donovan of Greensboro. Donovan is one of 6 people identified by family, friends, and media sources as a person who Robinson was traveling with. Donovan could not be reached for comment, and her phone listed on the police report expert has been disconnected. The police report excerpt is in Spanish. According to the Charlotte Observer staff translation of the document, Dr. Gutierrez says she was told Robinson had drunk a lot of alcohol, and the medical call was for Robinson to be given an IV. The police record indicates Gutierrez found a female, understood the report to be Robinson, with stable vital signs, but dehydrated, unable to communicate verbally, and appeared to be inebriated. The doctor reported that she believed Robinson needed to be transferred to a hospital, but her friends insisted that she be treated at the villa. Dr. Gutierrez attempted an IV but was unsuccessful, according to the report excerpt. It's unclear what medication was in the IV. The information from the police says the doctor was there for close to an hour when Robinson began having a seizure. The convulsions from the seizure lasted less than a minute, according to the report. At this point, the patient's friend named Winter Donovan called 911 to request an ambulance. According to the Observer Spanish to English translation of the report, this was around 4:20 p.m. In the meantime, the patient presented with difficulty breathing and a lowered pulse, and they gave her rescue breaths. The doctor, along with a friend, began administering CPR at 4:49 p.m. when Gutierrez detected Robinson had stopped having a pulse. The police arrived and talked with the doctor who was treating Robinson at 5:25 p.m. It's not clear from the information in the police report exactly what time an ambulance arrived from the 911 call. The report information indicates paramedics administered a total of 14 rounds of CPR, 5 doses of adrenaline, and 6 discharges without success. So 6 discharges, AED shocks. Unable to revive Robinson, Gutierrez declared her dead at 5:57 p.m. according to the report excerpt. The police report information lists deceased person cardiopulmonary arrest as the reason police were called. Shanquella Robinson's mother told news outlets that each friend from the trip has a different story, and they initially told her that her daughter had alcohol poisoning. Official autopsy reports list the cause of death as severe spinal cord injury and atlas luxation. Mexican authorities are investigating Robinson's death as a possible femicide. The State Attorney General Office of Baja California Sur announced in a statement Thursday, according to ABC News, femicide is the gender-based murder of a woman or girl by a man, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. The FBI began investigating Robinson's death amid the conflicting reports. The agency confirmed in a statement last Friday to the Charlotte Observer and other outlets. The video of the fight has gone viral, and Robinson's mother told CBS News she recognizes her daughter in the footage. The footage shows a naked woman, barely verbal, being hit and punched in the face multiple times by a woman until she fell to the ground. A person not seen in the video is heard saying, "Quilla, can you at least fight back?" The FBI says they have seen the footage. Robinson's sister, Quilla Long, said in a statement published to GoFundMe, the family will continue to investigate what happened and they are raising funds for legal fees. The United States State Department released a statement claiming no clear evidence of foul play, yet there is a video circulating of a woman violently attacking Shanquella. Long said, "This statement is unacceptable and we are beyond devastated. We continue to fight for the truth." As of Monday morning, the page raised $354,422. This included a $50,000 donation from Brooklyn Nets player Kyrie Irving. Hundreds of community members attended Robinson's funeral on November 19th, and loved ones were in pink in her honor. Her casket, wrapped with photos of her, was pulled into the Macedonia Baptist Church by a horse-drawn carriage. Her loved ones signed the casket before she was laid to rest. Okay, guys, a couple of things. We know Kyrie Irving donated $65,000. If you go to the GoFundMe, you can see it's 2 separate line items, a $50,000 and then a $15,000. So I'm not sure if there's limits as to how much you can donate in one clip to an individual on GoFundMe, or maybe it came from 2 different funding sources, whatever the case might be. But we know the total 65. So that's, that's a discrepancy there. But in the newspaper's defense, I can see how that happened because it's 2 different line items. Secondly, we do hear that Winter Donovan did call 911. We don't know what all that was about. We're understanding from the police report that the doctor was there for 3 hours. The friends also wanted her treated at the house, not at the hospital. Why? We don't know. The intervention lasted for quite some time. Why the doctor took the friend's word for it, didn't call a family member when she saw how sick and how in bad condition she was. We're not really sure. We don't know what the doctor was told about the relationships, their relationship to her in terms of being able to make life-threatening, life-altering decisions, because it sounds like she was alive for roughly 3 hours where the doctor was really working on her, and possibly maybe if she had gone to a hospital, maybe could have survived or survived longer in time for her family to be there, to be able to say goodbye, to be able to understand more about what happened. But it sounds like a lot of time was wasted. Time was used trying to do random things, but they just didn't work. So guys, just stay tuned. What we do know is that there's a lot more information coming out. That was a lot of detail leading up to her last moments and what actually happened at the villa when the doctor showed up. And at least in terms of what the police know about what happened and what was documented during that time period. But nonetheless, Shanquella suffered a beating. The doctor was given incorrect information for what we know now. Shanquella had no alcohol in her system. So she was given information to treat Shanquella a certain way, but had no idea because of her signs. It looked like she could have alcohol poisoning, but clearly she did not. She was probably exhausted from her beating and the injuries sustained from the beating. So she appeared to look one way. So the doctor was trying to treat her, but really probably should have been doing another course of treatment. And it sounds like through the convulsions, her heart stopped and she was called passed away. So guys, yeah, this unfortunate circumstance surrounding Shanquella Robinson's death has been quite traumatic for a lot of people. It gives people a lot of emotion, and people are really wanting this family to have justice, and even more so want Shanquella to have justice, because it really is just a nightmare being away from home, vacationing with friends, and having some sort of circumstance turn to a very hostile, aggressive situation where one of the vacationers is killed. And it's really scary, and a lot of people are very upset about this and want justice for Shanquella. So I will be keeping up on this. Let me know if you have any questions. Please comment down below. We will certainly be keeping up on this and have a conversation about it later this week. Take care, and thank you so much for coming and watching this video. And please make sure to share and hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit your notifications so you can be notified next time I drop another video.